What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Thought it said it wasn't on the mic. I'm here. We're gonna talk about Winning Time, episode 8. Another excellent episode. Barry is back. Oh, I got something in my beard over here. Hold up, get it out of there. Barry is back for season 3. It's not how hang. How does it hang? I'm gonna talk about Barry, and also a new show came out on HBO called The Baby, which is a comedy slash scary horror comedy. Not really scary though, or horrifying, but anyway, it was actually pretty interesting. So let's go ahead, let's get into it and talk about these shows.
It's JAYMOORE, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
All right, man, I want to get into it with Winning Time, another excellent episode. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Normally we could talk about Power or BMF or something, gangster show. But right now, all the gangsters are on break. So it's only a couple of other type of shows out right now. It just so happens that all 3 of these shows are on HBO, and you can catch up on them on HBO Max if you're looking to catch up on Barry season 1, season 2, which is an excellent show, 30-minute show. The Baby is also a 30-minute show, and Winning Time is a 1-hour show. And I think all 3 of them so far are pretty good. The Baby being the newest, only 1 episode, and it was a decent, I liked it. It was a good episode, first episode. So, we'll get into it. Appreciate everybody for coming through and, supporting the channel. And, I just want to thank you all for coming through as always. A lot of you guys, very supportive, and I definitely appreciate it. So anybody new, don't forget to, like, subscribe, and let's get into it. Kendall, I like this comment. You said, I definitely enjoyed this episode of Winning Time, especially the talk between Magic and Jerry West. Dr. Bus is the reason why most women are hesitant when consoling men. He definitely makes men look bad, especially if they have power. But you got to keep in mind that it was a different time. He coming from the 70s, 60s, free love, and it was still going on in the 80s, but it was starting to fade and change. But out in California, being a powerful white male, especially, and rich, he kind of owned the world, his own little world. And yeah, the woman was there consoling him, but she probably was uncomfortable. She probably didn't want to get with him, but she didn't want to lose her job. Maybe she didn't want to have the chance of not getting her bills paid. And she probably said, go on and get a lick or two and get it over with, you creepy old guy. It is what happens with that. I understand why women would feel that way. I do have an experience with this type of situation. Not me personally, but it was a friend of mine, and he was a few years older than me. I kind of looked up to him like a brother, and his father passed away. And so while he was upstairs, I was coming upstairs to come and see what he was up to, how he was doing. This is after the funeral. And when I went upstairs, he was making out with this girl. And I was thinking, how could he be doing that right now? And his father just passed. So after getting older, and different things happening and life older and maturing, I kind of realized that sometimes men try to feel better with a woman about a bad situation. It's not that he was ingenuine. I'm talking about winning time now. It's not that Dr. Bus was ingenuine that his mother was dying and he was crying and hurt. I think that was 100% real. And I think that the only thing he could think of that would make him feel better at that moment was to have sex with that woman. Was that the best way to deal with it? Probably not. But sometimes, a lot of times, young men, older men, all kind of men in between, that's one of the best things that can make a man happy is, affection with a woman. And so sometimes that's why that seems to be the case. I can understand, ladies, why you may feel that way. You just got to be careful not to be too compassionate. A guy that may get those vibes that you actually care more than just trying to be nice and help you through a hard time. Because I'm sure that his signals could definitely get crossed easy during that time. So that's all I was gonna say on that. Kendall, I am gonna watch We Own This City. I can't wait for it to come out tomorrow. I'll be talking about it tomorrow night. So yeah, that's true. It's a limited series. It's sort of like The Wire, except it's only going to be one season, at least as of now. So I am looking forward to seeing that. Kendall, you say I knew he was going to do something. You know what? I actually thought he wasn't, because he was on Good Behavior when he was at the table with her. And I was thinking, man, she's really pretty. And then he was like on Good Behavior, although he did touch her hand. When Jeannie came and snapped and said that, I thought, well, he ain't gonna try nothing now. And sure, Rolls Royce, you're gonna have some of that here. I need to feel a little better. So it would have been interesting, I guess, for me to know how far it went. Did he just do things to her? Did she start doing things to him? Did they what happened? Was that it? I don't know. So yeah, The Man Who Fell to Earth. I do want to see that with Chiwetel Ejiofor and I can't think of her name right now. The black actress from England. She definitely is dope. So yeah, but yeah, it's good. Damian Kinney, the girl was consoling your friend the best way she could. I mean, I'm sure it made him feel better. I'm sure Dr. Bus felt better for a moment or two. So, Kendall, you say you get it, but for him it was on brand. That's true. That is true. Barry is definitely underrated, and I'm about to get to that as well. I'm going to try to have enough time to do all three shows, so I definitely going to get into it. Jocelyn, I watch sometimes other channel, but what I like about your channel is you interact with the subscribers. Well, I appreciate it. And you answer subscribers. Well, definitely. I mean, we all in this together. It was a shared experience. And I think, that's important to communicate. You say, Kendall, I get it, Jay. Makes me feel good, Holly Berry. Exactly. Except it was a woman that time. But, your heart may be hurting, your mind may be hurting, but your body feeling good. And it may be a temporary moment where you feel better, and don't think about the hard things that's going on. So, again, is it the best way probably to deal with something? No. Just like a lot of people like to drink or use drugs in those times, not the best way, but a couple drinks or drugs and you forget for the moment. So for some reason this thing keeps on moving. Anyway, Naomi Harris, that's her name, and the man who fell from earth. This damn light. All right. Yeah, no, and Naomi Harris. Yeah. There we go. All right. Now the show we talking about is Winning Time, episode 8. The Rise of the Lakers. I think this was an excellent episode. I liked everything about it. Now, it has been a couple of stories come out this week about how Jerry West and his lawyers want them to retract some of the statements and the portrayal of him looking like a rageaholic and just all over the place, not wanting Magic Johnson and other things. They also Kareem is upset and released some stories. Articles saying he didn't tell the kid from Airplane to fork off, and a lot of the other things that he was. And so it's some people that are starting to come out saying they don't like the show, and it's But to me, I think it's excellent show and is very entertaining. Kareem said it's not a good depiction of Magic, making him look like a sexaholic. I mean, maybe all of this is true, but I don't think everyone that's watching this is taking it as the gospel truth. I think, people understand that it's a little bit of elaboration involved, but that it may be some truth involved as well. Nevertheless, I love the cinematography. I love the way that it's shot. I love how they talk to the camera and talk about different instances. The way this episode started off, it had Dr. Buss talking to the camera about the first man that ran the 4-minute mile and different things about how it's not about your body, but it's about your mind and what you could put your mind to. And I really relate to a lot of the things that he was saying because it's really true. A lot of things you can overcome or do if you really put your mind to it or make up your mind that you're going to find a way to overcome the limitations that you may have physically. Is everything possible that way? Of course not. But you still can achieve a lot of things and do things that way. So I do relate to a lot of the things he say. I like how they was showing the game played and it was like freeze frame and he was still moving while everybody was frozen in the audience and in the game and all of that. Excellent cinematography with that. The location. Sally Field is doing an amazing job. John C. Reilly deserves an Emmy for this. I mean, John C. Reilly is amazing in this role. Amazing. I mean, he's doing a job, excellent job. And I just definitely think he deserves more recognition for this role because he's just over the top excellent. Sally Field, who plays his mother, she's fighting cancer. She had Jeannie Buss, the daughter, pick her up from the hospital and check out early. And Jeannie thought that she was beating cancer and was dismissed. And she like, nah, come on. You got to keep it real. Either you want to know or you want to act like you don't want to know, but you can't be in the middle. And so she finally learned that she ain't beating cancer and that she's still sick. But she says she ain't dying in the hospital. She dying at home pretty. And Dr. Bus thought that everything was good. Everybody was telling him that she was doing better, lying to him. And, Sally Field, the grandma, told her, men are weak. They need you to stroke their ego and play the game for them because they won't be able to handle the truth. And, I mean, it's some truth to that. I mean, if a woman that you have love for can come down on you pretty hard or crush you, it can be devastating. But you can still, if it's done right, a man can still understand and support and work with it. Nevertheless, he kind of picked up when Jeannie Buss threw up, and while they was at the house drinking or whatever, and Sally Field was trying to clean it up, and he saw the back of her head where the wig wasn't covered. He saw she falling apart, and the relationship with him and his mom is really a backstory, touching backstory to this show. It is really, endearing on how he feels about his mom and how she helped him to be the man that he is, and how they didn't have a father, and all the things that they had to go through and overcome. It's just very interesting to see all of that. So I feel bad for him. Yeah, I know it could be distracting that he need to suck on a little tickle bitty at the end to feel better, but as a man, I understand. So, we'll see. Some people say it's lagging. Is it lagging? If you all are having some lagging issues, let me know. So Kendall, Jeannie threw up in that KFC bucket. Yuck. Yeah, that was nasty. Did it go in the bucket or on the side? Him eating that breast made her think of him being a womanizer. I don't know. It say it's lagging a bit. Okay. Damn. Oh. It's on the right internet. I reset it the other day, so I don't know. It's always something, right? Give you my Mosco for this episode, and then we're gonna talk about Barry, and then the baby. All right. So here's my Mosco for Winning Time, episode 8. Hey. All right. For those that are new, the Mosco is 4 simple categories, 25 points each category, give you a top score of 100, and you can always round it down a decimal point to get a score of 1 to 10. All right. Always got a 0.5 margin of, discretion, either direction. So category 1, visual cinematography. I just love that this, or 80s or whatever the case, and the film quality, I mean, it's just excellent how they blend reality with the past footage and different things. The way they show Pat Riley at the diner on the TV, it looked just like Spencer Haywood, played by Wood Harris, was smoking that pipe. He was smoking that glass stick in the closet, and that was true. Spencer Haywood was smoking crack for a time period in his career with the Lakers, and different things going on. I mean, it just, the way they show all of this is excellent. And I would give it a 25 because it's just excellent film work. Storyline and plot, excellent. The storyline for this episode was very good. Dr. Bus and what he has going on with his mother, his relationship with his daughter, Kareem. He really, they just kind of didn't really talk too much about Kareem other than he getting a little older. But Magic, the meeting with David Stern, his talk with Pat Riley, that dinner with Larry Bird, what happened with Cookie, and then she found out that he got her friend pregnant with his baby. All kind of things going on. Wood Harris playing Spencer Haywood and how he's having a hard time dealing with an injury, playing and coming off the bench. Now he's smoking crack. Just a lot going on. The coaching carousel with Pat Riley, and we just see all of this different things going on. The coach, Jack McKinney, is back, and he wants Riley out. And then we see all these other things going on with the episode. That's just a really good episode. I give this storyline a 20. Very good episode for episode 8. Special effects, makeup, and costumes, excellent. It's no special effects like people getting killed or lasers or bombs, but the costumes, excellent. The hair, excellent. Makeup, excellent. All of the special effects with the camera tricks, how Pat Riley was talking in the TV, or the special effects in the beginning when Dr. Bus was talking and everybody was frozen while he was walking around, was excellent. I give it a 20. And we got entertainment, fun factor, and I think this was a very entertaining, excellent episode. I would give this a 20 because it's not the greatest episode I ever seen, but it is very good. I really enjoyed it. That brings it to a total Mosco of 85. Typing it in. Winning time, 85 Moscow. Excellent episode. Definitely enjoyable. It was just very good, very entertaining. And this show is actually more entertaining than I thought it would be. I thought it would be a little more dull moments, but they are like coming hard. And Dr. Bus, John C. Riley playing Dr. Bus, he's a star. The guy playing Magic Johnson, excellent job. He is just killing that role. Everything he's doing in that role, the look, the way, the smile, everything, excellent. So I would definitely give him credit for that because he's doing a great job. So they had Dr. J in this episode. He kicked Magic's ass in the game, and he taught him the lesson that you being friends is one thing, but you need to be that killer when it's time to get on the court. And you looking up to him and all smiles. That's how all the rookies end up losing to the vets, because now you starstruck a little bit, so you scared to play him straight up. You scared to play him your hardest because that's somebody you look up to. You got to get that out your head. That ain't Michael Jordan. That's your opponent. That ain't Kareem or Magic or Kobe or Shaq or Kevin Durant or LeBron. That's the dude you need to beat right now. And Jerry West told him, man, Wilt used to fall for the same thing with Bill Russell. He'd go and hang out and go to dinner and all that stuff. And the very next day, he'd kick his butt every night, cut his throat in the game. And he said, I didn't understand why he kept doing it. He said, but I realized he wanted to be liked more than he wanted to win. What about you? What's more important, being liked or being a winner? So sometimes you want to be happy, or do you want to be successful? It may not be the same. You may have to be successful, but you may not be as happy, because you can't do all the things that the happy people do, because you got to put in that work. But does that make you happy? That's the thing. Does that work and being a success make you happy? Or do you just want to just have a good time in life and not really put in that work and be as successful as you could? So that's a big difference, and a lot of people don't understand that. um you're right, Kendall. Westhead is the acting coach right now. He was the assistant coach under McKinney, and he is very spineless. Then in the hospital with a kid, he was been spineless the whole show. He feels like a kid, and he's just at first like thankful to have that spot. And then McKinney told him, most guys that's assistant coach, they think they can do it. They think they better. But that's the thing I saw in you, that I knew you couldn't. That I knew you couldn't do this. I'd have been like, man, fork you. Man, we doing better with this team than you. You ain't getting the team back. But he just sucked it all up. But I think that speech kind of rattled him a little bit and kind of made him realize, you know what? I need to go ahead and finish this. We got to do what we need to do. Because, he basically tried to cut his throat right back and probably scare him away. Because he knew he was spineless, and he basically told him he knew it. And he said, the only difference I thought with you, and that shocks me, is that I thought at least you was loyal. Thought you was a loyal jellyfish, but you're not. So, that's even worse. so, yeah, man, Wintertime is excellent. It's got a lot of lessons in life in here, and a lot of things that you can see about people. I know Lakers and that are being depicted hated, and they think these characters are one-dimensional or fake. But I see a lot of stuff in here that is very interesting, and I think that some of these things, if the person is watching this and want to learn from this, you can do some things with your life in this, about putting your mind to use, or how to approach being successful in whatever it is you may do, how to grow a spine, all kind of things. Be assertive, not to be a sexual deviant. So I really like this show, and overall I would give this show a 90 on the Mosco, or a 9 out of 10. I mean, this show is just excellent. It hasn't been a dull moment since it's been out. I mean, every episode has been great, and I hope it goes on for many seasons, because it would be great to see what happens with the show as it progresses. So that would be cool. So I definitely enjoy the show, and I like it a lot. So now let's talk about Barry, which is also a very good show on HBO. And Barry is now back. What in the world? This is making all this noise. Barry is now back with season 3 after being off the air for damn near 2 years. Is back. And so Barry, I'll give a quick recap of Barry. So Barry is played by John Heater. Wait, not John Heater. What's his name? Oh man, now it's not Sharon. Oh brother. Let me see if I can get this to show right quick. I'm just getting tired of what some of these things this computer does sometimes. I don't know why it switches up on me when I'm trying to do the sharing. Then sometimes it locks it. Oh, brother. And this is a new computer, so y'all gotta work with me. I had it fixed the last time. All right, well, forget it. Damn, I can't even remember how I did it. All right, I can't remember what I did to fix it last time. What did I do? Shoot. To share the screens. All right, I can't remember, but I know another way to share it. I'll talk while I'm doing this. So Barry is on HBO. All right, and this guy is a comedian, and in this show, it is like a dark comedy show, whereas he's a hitman, okay, and as a hitman, he then one of his targets he was going to kill was trying to be an actor in acting class, and he ended up joining the acting class. This is in season 1, and he ended up joining the acting class to get close to the target, and then he began to like the acting class. This is Barry. He began to like the acting class, and because decided he no longer wanted to be a hitman and that he wanted to be an actor. I'm gonna give this an 8. Okay. Oh shoot, I forgot I ain't logged in. Let me just go back because I'm on a different IMDb now. All right. So he decided to then want to no longer be a hitman. Bill Hader. I think I said John. Anyway. So he a hitman from the Midwest, moved to LA, get caught up in the city theater's art scene. This sounds kind of corny, but it's actually very well done. He's a dope assassin, but it's just crazy how all these different things happen and go into, his way of trying to no longer be a hitman. The guy, his handler, who was in charge of him with the jobs, doesn't want him to stop. At first he think he going through a phase, and then as the seasons progress, we're now in season 3. So by the time season 2 comes, he knows he no longer wants to be a hitman, and he's upset. He's trying to get revenge on him because he's now turning down jobs. One of the things that Barry did is the guy that he initially joined the acting class for in season 1 that he killed. He was, without realizing it, caught on some video footage that the police had, but the police got it because it was another guy that was recording him, but Barry killed him but didn't know it was being recorded. But you couldn't really see, you see what I'm saying, that it was him. But the police started to get on it. His acting teacher is the Fonz from Happy Days, Henry Winkler. Where's Henry Winkler, Gene Cousineau? Mr. Cousineau is in here. He does a good job as his acting coach. NoHo Hank. Hey, Betty, how does it hang? This is, I mean, like, what to do it, Betty? You want to do it? Come on, Betty. You want a frappuccino? The way he talk is hilarious. Anyway, anybody that saw it, you all let me know. How did I do it? Karen, you watched it. You enjoyed them all. That's what's up. I think these are all 3 good shows. This Barry is definitely crazy. Is very good. Hey, Kendall, how does it hang? You don't want to console me. It's okay. I understand. You don't want to give a booby. So Anyway, you know, so I'm giving you all the synopsis, but I'm not trying to spoil it because I want you all to watch it. So he ends up meeting a girlfriend at the acting class, and she's a trip. She's been trying to make it as an actress and no luck. And so he's trying to pretend to be an actor while he was ending up killing the dude. And he ended up liking it, but he sucks as an actor. Eventually, he does get a little better, but that's when he taps into his real pain and real struggle. So then he gets close with, I'm not going to say who because I want y'all to see it, gets close with somebody, and for one reason or another, he has to kill this person that was close to the person he was close to. And at the end of season 2, somebody snitches, and put it that way. And so what happens in season 3 is now we see that it's a time jump. Okay, it's a time jump, and with this time jump, his girlfriend is now a successful actress on a TV show, acting like a prima donna. Barry is now back to doing hits, and his partner, his handler, is now in a hell of a situation. And what he need to do to get some milk for his cereal is really gross. And the cops are on the trail. Now, Hank, he got his organization together. Hank talked like he was gay the whole time. Hey, how does it hang? How you doing, buddy? We're supposed to hang out. I have this frappuccino for you, and I thought we were friends. I thought we were really cool, but I don't know now, Betty. I don't know. Well, now we learn Hank is in a relationship with another killer, and they all cuddly, booed up. I mean, very feminine, very funny how they portrayed this. Didn't show them kissing and none of that stuff, which, we get the point. Didn't need to get too detailed. Nevertheless, Hank is a killer. The dude he with is killer. All these guys are killers. Barry, all this. It's just crazy. Different portrayal. This episode of Barry was very good. I like how they did a time jump, and we could kind of see a little bit about Barry's progression, his girlfriend's progression. We could see what's up with Fuchs and other people. Mr. Kusino, he's got a lot going on. He's no longer going to be an acting coach. Again, I know a lot of you all haven't seen the show, so I'm not going to get into too much of it. What I have said should be enough to get you interested, but I didn't spoil it. It's a lot going on. And it's 30-minute episodes. 30-minute episodes, so you could catch up in this in no time. You could watch both. It's only about to be the 3rd season. The first episode was tonight. So you could catch up. I mean, it's 10 hours? 2 seasons in 10 hours. So you could catch up in a week or less. And there you go. 10 days if you want. And you can watch 1 hour a day. That's 2 episodes. You be done and caught up by the time the see episode 2 come out damn near. So definitely catch up. Barry is a very good, very highly recommended by me. I've been watching it for the last 2 years, ever since it first came out. But because I didn't do so many live shows, and it takes me longer to produce the other upload videos, I never reviewed it. So with me doing it this way, I'm able to do more reviews and talk about more shows. And so that's why I'm able to talk about Barry now with you guys. And I hope that you guys end up liking it as much as I do, because I think not only is it good action, they do have people getting killed, special effects. I mean, Barry killed some people this episode. So a lot of that, but it's also funny, very well written, and Bill Hader is doing an excellent job. Because I mean, a lot of his roles were like small roles or comedic roles, like the FBI agent in Paul or Saturday Night Live, and now to be the star of this show, he's nailing it. And I first, when I saw the premieres, I thought this ain't gonna be that good, and boy was I wrong. You know, he was in Trainwreck. I didn't see Inside Out. He was Richie in It Chapter 2. He was wearing glasses. And It Chapter 2 was pretty good, as well as Chapter 1. I like that. You want to play with balloon? Richie, you want to play balloon? Anyway, that was my Pennywise impersonation. Anyway, definitely pretty good. And Barry is his best work by far to me. So definitely check it out. You can see a lot of this stuff he's done. A lot of people, it's all comedy. So this is also comedy as well, but it's got a little bit of action and it's a little different. And Anthony Kerrigan, that plays NoHo Hank, does an excellent job too. I mean, he has no hair, no eyebrows, or none of that, but he owns it, and he does a great job playing NoHo Hank. Okay, I am super pumped, guys. This is my first police interrogation. I have been waiting for this for so long. I am going to nail it. Oh man, Hank is crazy. So anyway, definitely check out Barry. I'm gonna give you all my Mosco for Barry. So let's see what I got for you. All right. So Barry is an action comedy, and I think that it's a pretty good show, definitely worth watching. Again, the Mosco is 4 simple categories, 25 points each is the max for each category, giving you a top score of 100. You can always round it down a decimal point to get the score of a 1 through 10. And I always give a 0.5 margin of discretion in whatever direction, if that's what you choose. So, first, visuals and cinematography, very well done. They use top-notch modern cameras. We did see where Fuchs is hiding in another country. We see NoHo Hank rolling in the Lexus coupe, got a nice luxury house. He got the heroin operation going big time in like a flower store, floral florist. We also saw, different things going on with the police. Barry, we see Mr. Cousineau no longer about to be a teacher of actors. And I mean, it was just very well put together. Barry, he had to put a couple people in the hole in the ground. And overall, I enjoyed the cinematography and visuals. I would give it a 20. I think they did a good job. Um, Nothing extremely over the top though, but very good. Storyline and plot. I enjoyed this storyline and plot. I like how we got to see, and also I forgot with the visuals of cinematography, Sally, his girlfriend, now working on a film set for a show, and how everything was moving and going. I mean, it was excellent. It looked just like how a real film movie set is. And I thought that was great as well for the visuals and cinematography. Storyline and plot, I do like to see the advancement in the characters and the story. Barry having a hard time dealing with no longer being wanting to be an actor or a hitman, but then wanting to go back to it and dealing with it. There's just a lot going on with that. The cops are still investigating. It's a lot that they're involved in. And so overall, I think that this was a good storyline and plot for this episode. I would give it a 20. Special effects and makeup, costumes. They did have a couple people get killed, a couple of other special effects where he imagined killing some people. But overall, nothing over the top, nothing too great, other than they did have, but it wasn't a special effect costume or makeup, but the set with Sally and different things, that was cool. But overall, it was pretty good. Nothing great, but nothing, bad. I would give it a 20. And entertaining, fun factor, I think this was very entertaining. Not one of the greatest things I've ever seen, but very good. I'm interested in the next episode. I think that it was good, especially after watching 2 seasons. I'm glad that it's back on, and I am, interested to see how this season plays out. This was a good episode to wet the whistle, so to speak, and get you interested. I give it a 20, which gives it a total Moscow of an 80 for Barry episode 1. All right. 8 out of 10. If you think it was an 8.5, again, I say a 0.5 in either direction. If you say a 7.5, I could see maybe the argument for that. Overall, I think Barry was very good and I enjoyed it. All right. So we'll see how the next episodes go. But I'm happy that it is back, and I definitely say you should watch it. All right. Last but not least is this show called The Baby. Now, this is also another 30-minute show. It's a new show. It's only been rated 7 times on IMDb. So right now you can go and rate it, and you got a chance to move it up or down on the ratings list, because not that many people watch. It's more than 7 people watching this show. But more than 7 people watched it. They just only 7 rated it. Anyway, this is a UK based show. Everybody here is in the UK, and I think it's a very fresh and new concept for a show. The Baby is about this woman, and she's hanging out with her 2 girlfriends. One of the girlfriends has a baby, and she doesn't have a baby. She's kind of annoyed that the woman is like sniffing the baby's booty to see if the baby pooped. And she's like, come on, we supposed to be having girls time, and you dealing with the baby. Go put the baby down. The baby will be all right. Let's hang or whatever. And so she's a little cold to the sense of being a mom. Her other friend that was there then gives her the news that I'm pregnant. So now 2 of her friends are about to be moms while she is still happy living her single life without any kids, and she probably gonna be upset that she won't be able to hang with the girls much longer. We then later learn that she is a chef and she's cool with the guys that she works with, but she tells them she's going to take a little week off or weekend off or whatever to get her head straight and relax. She goes to this little cottage on the side of a damn cliff, a mountain, and that's where she goes to relax. Now, in the very beginning of the episode, before that happened, we see a woman running through the woods carrying a baby being chased by two cops. She runs to the edge of the cliff. The cops tell her to stop. She then puts the baby down, puts her hands up, and then backs up and falls off the cliff. The cops then run over there to the baby because the baby is now crawling to the edge of the cliff. And the cop, right when the baby falls off, reaches his arm over and grabs the baby by the foot and then pulls up, and we see all he got is a sock. He missed the baby. Now, fast forward back to where I'm saying she's at the cabin. So she's chilling, and even though this woman that was showing her the cabin said she can't smoke there, even though she was smoking, she decided that she's going to listen and go outside and have a smoke. While she having a smoke, the woman from the beginning falls behind her, and then she turns around and the baby falls, and she ends up catching the baby. Shortly after that, the two officers show up and we see them talking. She tells them what happened. They take the baby. She in the car. Next thing you know, they end up dead. I'm trying not to. I'm giving y'all the first few minutes. I'm not going to tell y'all the whole episode. I'm not going to spoil it. So after that, she ends up with the baby. And along the way, mysteriously, people die. And she thinks that she's done with this baby. And while she's at home, somehow, some way, the baby is there. And it's kind of creepy that this baby is popping up. The baby really likes her. It's not her baby. And people are dying around the baby except for her. Overall, I did like the episode. They are rating it a 6.6. I wouldn't do that. Although on IMDb, you can't give half ratings, which I don't like. It's always just a whole rating. I wish you could do a half a rating. But I wouldn't do a 6.6, probably a 7.5. It says, this follows Natasha, who is furious that her closest friends are all having babies. But when she is unexpectedly landed with a baby of her own, her life dramatically implodes and twists her life into a surreal horror show. Okay. I think it's very interesting. It did have a little terror. It did have a little dream that she had that made the baby look real creepy. But for the most part, for all of you that don't like scary stuff or the crunchy stuff, shout out to my Kelly out there. I don't think this is that, and I don't think you should have a problem watching this if that's something that you are worried about. She looked totally different with her hair like this. Anyway, I'm not familiar with her as an actress, but this is a good show, first episode. It definitely got me interested and wanting to see more. Now, will it continue and live up to what it promises so far? We'll see. But as of now, it will be. I'm interested to see. Yeah, the cops, they end up dead. I don't want to say what happens. You definitely got to check it out. That's what I'm talking about. You got to spark that interest. Um, and so, it's definitely worth checking out, especially it's a 30-minute show. So it goes by very quick. And it just started today. So you have a chance to watch it and be current. You don't have to catch up on season 1 or season 2. It's only been one episode so far. And I think that it's a good show worth watching right now. I'm definitely going to be talking about it, especially in this period where all the usual type shows we talk about are no longer on the air. So, we'll check it out. I will be talking about We Own This City tomorrow. That also is on HBO. And that's basically about the same thing The Wire was about. It's got John Bernthal and a couple. It's got Rolla from Power. I know a lot of people remember Rolla. And I think like John Bernthal's been in a lot of movies from King Richard, The Punisher, so many other things. And so it's the story of the rise and fall of the Baltimore Police Department's gun task force and the corruption surrounding it. They were robbing drug dealers and taking their money, and extremely corrupt. And it looks very good. And it comes out tomorrow or Monday. So I will be watching this, and it does look very good. Here's a picture of Rolla. He plays a cop, a dirty cop in this. And I think that this is going to be a really good show. They say it's a limited series. So how many episodes? It says 6 episodes. So it's only 6 episodes. It's gonna go by fast. They also have from Power. What was his name in Power again? They got him killed so damn easy. Tommy killed him. Benny, Uncle Benny, cousin Benny. They got cousin Benny from Power in here. I mean, they got a lot of good actors in here, and I think it's gonna be really good. Definitely worth watching, and I'm excited about this. So definitely tomorrow, this is what I'll be talking about. We Own the City. There is no power or any of that going on, so this is what I'll be talking about on Monday nights for the next 6 weeks, which will go by very fast. All right, so let's get back to the baby, and let me give you my Moscow for the baby. And I ain't talking about the rapper. All right. Again, the Moscow is 4 simple categories, 25 points each. Bring to a top score of 100. You can always move the decimal point to get a score of 1 to 10. And I always give a 0.5 differential in either direction for a margin of discretion. Now, for the baby, I will give for visuals and cinematography. It's different to see another country. the cliff and that little shack and a couple other things was unique to see. Overall, nothing too amazing though. And I would give the visuals and cinematography, they're using top-notch modern cameras. I would give it a 20 for this episode. Not amazing, not bad, but very good quality. I mean, it's HBO, so they're always going to have something visually top of the line. Storyline and plot, very original, very unique that you got a baby that somehow is surrounded with all of these mysterious deaths. And I mean, it's sort of like Rosemary Baby, but very different, modern, and it's very different than anything else on TV. So since this is the first episode and it is so unique and interesting, I will give it a 25 for this first episode storyline and plot. Very unique, very interesting, very different, and it does have me intrigued. Special effects and makeup, they were good. What happened to the cops was very interesting. Different things that they got going on with the lady and the what happened with the baby when somebody else was killed, when she was dreaming, and what happened with the baby in the dream. All of that was very good special effects and unique. I give it a 20. And entertaining, fun factor, it was very entertaining. I am intrigued and want to see more. I wouldn't say it's the most entertaining thing I ever saw, or you have to watch it. It's just so great, but it is good and it is worth your watch. So I will give it a 20, bringing it to a total Moscow of 85. Okay. The baby is an 85 on the Moscow. And what really helps is it being the first episode and we get to see the storyline and plot. I gave it a 25 because it's very unique and different. Now, the other episodes won't get the same discretion because now we know what the storyline and plot with this unique baby is. So it depends on other factors to get a top score in storyline and plot. Overall, with Barry and the baby back to back to fill in 1 hour, I think that was a good lineup choice for HBO. And I'm looking forward to seeing how these two shows play out. I already like Barry. Barry, that's my show. I love me some Barry. Noho Hank. I like it, Noho Hank. Hey, how does it hang, Batty? You're going to call Batty. Definitely worth watching. Check out both shows. Barry, definitely worth catching up on. Again, 10 episodes at 30 minutes. It's only gonna take you 20 episodes. It's only gonna take you 10 hours to watch them all. So 1 hour a day in 10 days, you could be all caught up, ready for the third episode. So definitely worth watching Barry and catching up. And the baby is brand new and only been one episode. So definitely no problem with that. Kendall, you say the second half of Ozark returns April 29th. I do have a review for Ozarks that I have to put out. I did the first season. I'm going to try to do the first couple seasons and just recap those seasons and then maybe do each episode afterwards. But overall, the Ozark is a very good show. I enjoy that a lot too. Jocelyn, you say check out The True Story of Ptolemy Gray on Apple TV. A great movie and true story. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. Definitely, I'm gonna look for that. I heard of Ptolemy before, but I don't know if it's the same story. Um, but I'll definitely check it out and see how it all turns out. It's a lot of things I'm trying to catch up on, and I'm gonna see what I'm able to do. All right. Overall, I think this was a good night in TV. It felt good to have a break from some of the usual programming that we all watch. I hope people expand their horizons and give other shows a chance. You may be surprised that you like these shows. I do like Power and all that other stuff a lot, but you don't want to overload yourself sometimes. So, we'll see what happens. Anyway, you guys let me know in the comments, what did you think about Winning Time? What would you rate it? What do you think about Barry? And what would you rate that, as well as The Baby? And what did you think about that series premiere? I think that they were all pretty good, and I gave you my ratings. You guys let me know yours. I'll be looking to see what you think. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, I got to give a shout out to Derry, who is one of the channel members. Let me see if I'm able to share this window. I'm not able to share for some reason. I got to reset this. But she also sent me a picture of one of her Rojas cups. Once I get this fixed by tomorrow, I'll be able to share. A couple other people sent me their pictures, and I appreciate you all for the support. You guys have been great. Don't forget to subscribe. I will have some giveaways for tomorrow. I see we didn't have as many viewers for this show as others. I know it is a little later than usual because I wanted to be able to talk about Barry and The Baby, and those shows didn't go off the air until 11 p.m. 11 p.m. So I hope you guys, bear with me. I hope you start watching these shows as well so we can have better discussions. And everybody have a good night. I'll see you all tomorrow when we talk about We Own the City. And everybody be safe. Take care. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. And also, I will have a giveaway for tomorrow. So everybody have a good night. Peace. And I'm out of here. Deuces.
It's J Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'